Hello students, I am Savita More from Nasik Road College, Nasik. Today we are going to study third topic, that is inheritance and variation, and subtopic is genetic basis of inheritance. This is our first lecture. In previous classes you have studied about genetics. Genetics is study of heredity and variation. Heredity means inheritance. Certain characters from our parents are transmitted in us. It is due to heredity, or we call it as inheritance. So heredity is transmission of characters from one generation to the next generation, while variation is transmission of certain dissimilar or certain different characters from parents to their offsprings. So genetics is study of heredity and variation. You know, like begets like. For example, dog will give birth to puppy only, while cutting of rose plant when cultivated will give rise to rose plant only. So, here characters are transmitted from parents to their offsprings. Gregor Mendel, son of the peasant farmer, was born in Moravia in 1822. Gregor Mendel first gave the accurate explanation for the mechanism of inheritance by using hybridization technique. This hybridization technique you are going to study in detail in chapter 11, that is enhancement of food production. Here in hybridization technique, pollen grains from anther, they are collected and artificially dusted over the stigma of emasculated flower or male flower. So emasculated flower means when anthers are removed, we call it as male flower or emasculated flower. And then process of pollination is followed by seed formation and fruit formation. The seed thus obtained represents the hybrid generation, and Mendel during his time he had performed this experiment, which today we call it as hybridization technique. Mendel is known as father of genetics. Mendel postulated the principles of heredity, which then became the fundamental laws of heredity. Now see the reasons for Mendel's success. His experiments were carefully planned and involved large samples. He carefully recorded the number of plants of each type and expressed his results as ratios. In the pea plant, 7 different characters can be easily recognized. They are controlled by single factor each. 7 different contrasting characters are easily recognized in pea plant. That is height of the stem, tall and dot. These are the contrasting character. Then color of the seed, yellow and green. This is also example of contrasting character. So for this reason, Mendel selected this plant and he also got successful. The factors are located on the separate chromosome and they are transmitted from generation to generation. Here factor means gene. During the time of Mendel, microscopes were not invented or genes were not discovered. So he used to call as this unit of heredity as factor. Inheritance of 7 traits in garden pea plant were studied individually, one at a time, or in combination of 2 or 3 characters at a time. In this table, 7 pairs of contrasting characters are shown in pea plant. The scientific name of pea plant is Pisum sativa. 2 horizontal rows are seen. In first row, all dominant characters are shown, while in the second row, all recessive characters are shown. Now see the first character, seed shape. Seed shape and shape of the seed, round, wrinkle. These are the two characters, contrasting characters of seed shape. Second is seed color, yellow and green. Next, pod shape, inflated pod and constricted pod. Pod, or it is also called as legume. It is the fruit of the pea plant. You can see when pod is swollen we call it as inflated pod, and when it shows the constrictions it is called as constricted. Fourth character is pod color, green and yellow. So these are the two contrasting character of pod color. Next character, flower color, purple and white. Next, flower location, axial and terminal. When we call axial, when the flower arises from the axillary bud, it is called as axial location. And when flower arises from the terminal bud, it is called as terminal location. We had studied this in class 11. Now see next character, plant height, tall and dwarf. Dwarf is also called as short. So these are the different 7 contrasting characters observed by Mendel in garden pea, or it is also called as Pisum sativa. Now see different genetic terminology. Character. It is a specific feature of an organism. Example, height of the stem. In previous chart you had studied 7 different characters. So one of the example is height of the stem, then color of the flower, color of the seed, color of the pod, position of the flower, all these are the characters. Trait, an inherited character and its detectable variant. For example, tall and dwarf, round and wrinkled, axillary and terminal. So these characters are inherited and they are detectable variant. So this is called as trait. Factor. It is unit of heredity, a particle present in the organism which is responsible for the inheritance and expression of a character. During the time of Mendel, microscopes were not invented or genes were not discovered. So he used to call this unit of heredity as factor. Then gene. Gene, it is a particular segment of a DNA which is responsible for the inheritance and expression of that character. So what is gene? Gene, it is a particular segment of a DNA which is responsible for the inheritance and expression of that character. Next term is allele. The two or more alternative forms of a given gene are called alleles of each other, and they occupy the identical loci or position on homologous chromosome. For example, capital T, these are alleles for pure tall plant. Small t, these are alleles for dwarf pea plant. And capital T, small t, these are the alleles for hybrid tall plant. Dominant. Next term is dominant. It is an allele that expresses its trait even in the presence of an alternative allele that is in heterozygous condition only. For example, capital T, small t. This is a heterozygous condition. Remember, whenever the term hetero comes, it means different. When two alleles are different, capital T is different and small t is different, during this time when only capital T, that is tallness, is expressed, then we call it as dominant. So, what is dominant? When allele expresses itself in F1 generation, it is called as dominant. While in recessive, this allele is not expressed in the presence of an alternative allele in heterozygous condition. It expresses only in the presence of another identical allele. It is called as recessive. and it is not expressed in F1 generation while it is expressed in F2 generation. Example, small t, that is dwarf or short pea plants. Next term is phenotype. The external appearance of an individual for any trait is called phenotype of that trait. For example, tall, height of a plant. Next term, genotype. Genetic constitution of an organism with respect to a particular trait. It is representation of genetic constitution of an individual with respect to a single character or set of characters. For example, pea plant have genotype capital T or capital T small t. So these are called as genotype. Next term, homozygous. An individual possessing identical alleles for a particular trait is called homozygous or pure for that trait. Homo means same. When both the alleles are similar or identical, we call it as homozygous. For example, tall with capital T, and dwarf with small t. So homozygous tall is with capital T, capital T. Next term, heterozygous. An individual possessing contrasting allele for a particular trait is called heterozygous. For example, F1 hybrid, capital T, small t. Hetero means different. When alleles are different, for example, we had seen capital T and small t, these are the different, so we use the term heterozygous. Next, pure line. An individual or group of individuals which are true breeding for one or more traits constitutes pure line. Monohybrid. It is heterozygous for one trait and is produced from a cross between two pure parents differing in single pair of contrasting character. How will you remember monohybrid? Mono means single. When single character is considered for crossing, we call it as monohybrid. Example, hybrid tall, capital T, small t. Next term is F1 generation. It refers to the first filial generation. Filial means son. So it is first filial generation. It consists of all offsprings produced from a parental cross. F2 generation. The second generation produced by selfing of F1 generation offsprings is called as second filial generation. Progeny produced from cross between two F1 individuals, for example, capital T small t into or crossed with capital T small t. So these offsprings produce star of F2 generation. Homologous chromosome. The morphologically and genetically identical chromosomes present in diploid cell are called as homologous chromosome. Diploid cell means having two sets of chromosomes. When in this diploid cell, all the chromosomes are morphologically, genetically and structurally similar to each other, we call them as homologous chromosomes. Next term, phenotypic ratio. It is the ratio of the offsprings produced in F2 and subsequent generation with respect to their physical appearance. So you have to remember that whenever the term phenotype comes, it means external appearance or physical appearance. So the ratio obtained in F2 generation by considering physical appearance, we call it as phenotypic ratio. Example, 3:1. Next is genotypic ratio. It is the ratio of the offsprings produced in F2 and subsequent generation with respect to their genetic constitution or genetic makeup For example, capital T 1 is to capital T small t 2 is to 1, that is small t. So the genotypic ratio of monohybrid cross is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Now we are going to study monohybrid cross. In this monohybrid cross, single character is considered for crossing. Mendel obtained two pure plants, that is tall and dwarf. Tall as a male plant and dwarf as a female plant. Male plant is obtained by collecting the pollen grains, while female plant is obtained by dusting the pollen grains on the stigma. So here male plants are pure for capital T and female plant which shows the character dwarfness shows the allele small t. When both of them are crossed, here after crossing before crossing, gametes obtained from this pure tall and pure dwarf plants were pure. That is, it consists of either allele containing capital T or allele containing small t. So after fertilization, process of fertilization, pollination, artificial cross pollination has been done by Mendel, that is by crossing pure tall and pure dwarf. Here gametes obtained were pure, that is having only single allele capital T and small t. Phenotype, it is external appearance tall and dwarf. Genotype denoted by its genetic constitution capital T and small t. Then gametes obtained were pure. After the process of fertilization in first filial generation, when Mendel obtained the seed and then he germinated the seeds, all the plants obtained were tall, pure tall plants. These pure tall plants obtained in first generation were self-pollinated. The result of self-pollinated plants, first see about the gametes which were obtained by hybrid tall. Hybrid tall means the plants obtained after the first generation. Two types of gametes were formed, capital T and small t. Here selfing of F1 plants were done and these plants were placed in Punnett square. You see here a Punnett square. Punnett square, it is also called as checkerboard. Punnett is the name of the scientist, so it is termed as Punnett square. These gametes, male gametes and female gametes, they are placed in this table. Capital T and small t having male gametes, pollen grains obtained from this shows capital T or small t, while female gametes or egg, they show capital T or small t. After the process of fertilization, here different types of combination are obtained, that is capital T combines together to form pure tall plant. Then male gametes fuses with a female gamete having capital T, small t. Here the results obtained or the plants obtained were hybrid tall. Then capital T, small t combines together to form hybrid tall, and in the last column or in the last corner, small t, that is female gametes and male gametes with recessive allele, that is small t, here dwarf plants are obtained. So the phenotypic ratio, tall plants obtained were in the ratio of 3, while small plants obtained were in the proportion of 1. That is phenotypic ratio is 3:1, while the genotypic ratio, which is based on the genetic constitution, that is capital T in the proportion of 1. capital T, small t, that is hybrid tall, in the proportion of 2, means 50% of the plants obtained were hybrid tall, 25% of the plants obtained were homozygous tall, and 25% of the plants obtained were recessive dwarf, means small t. So when the ratio is obtained on the basis of genotypic ratio, it is called as on the basis of genetic constitution, it is called as genotypic ratio. So on the basis of monohybrid cross, you will also study law of dominance. When two homozygous individuals with one or more sets of contrasting characters are crossed, the alleles that appear in F1 are called as dominant, and which do not appear in F1 generation are called as recessive characters. So from monohybrid cross, Mendel derived the law called as law of dominance. From dihybrid cross also we can obtain this. Now see, another law based on this monohybrid cross is law of segregation, or it is called as law of purity of gametes. Here the first filial generation obtained, that is hybrid tall plants. Gametes are of two types. Two types of gametes are formed, that is capital T and small t. Gametes are always pure. Here the gametes are always pure. Or homozygous tall plant, homozygous tall plant, from this tall plant gametes obtained were only single type, that is capital T, and from dwarf plants gametes obtained were small t. So law of segregation or law of purity of gametes states that the gametes which are produced in F1 generation, here the alleles segregate from each other and enter in different gametes. So it is called as law of purity of gametes. The gametes formed are pure in that they carry only one allele and either dominant allele or recessive allele. Hence this law is called as law of purity of gametes. It is also called as law of segregation. Why called as law of segregation? Because these gametes do not mix, they segregate or they separate from each other. That's why it is termed as law of segregation.